In the world of global business, some leaders make headlines, appearing on magazine covers, giving interviews, and basking in the spotlight of public attention. Others, like Dieter Schwarz, quietly build empires from the shadows, shunning fame and letting their achievements speak for themselves. He's the invisible force behind Lidl and Kaufland, two of the world's most successful retail chains, brands that have become household names across Europe and beyond. Despite a fortune estimated in the tens of billions, Schwarz remains almost entirely out of the public eye, rarely photographed and almost never interviewed. His story is one of relentless, quiet growth. No fanfare, no flashy headlines, just consistent results and a steady climb to the top. The Schwarz Group, his creation, operates with silent efficiency, thriving in the fiercely competitive retail landscape by focusing on operational excellence and innovation behind the scenes. With over 13,000 stores in more than 30 countries, and 500,000 employees, the scale of his achievement is staggering, touching the lives of millions of customers every single day. The promise is simple: quality goods at the lowest possible price, making everyday life more affordable for families everywhere. This formula, refined and perfected over decades, is the secret to his enduring success, a blend of discipline, innovation, and a deep understanding of what customers truly value. Schwarz's roots are humble, his methods disciplined, and his vision always long-term, never chasing quick wins but building for the future. We'll explore his remarkable journey from a small German town where resources were scarce and opportunities limited, to the helm of a global retail powerhouse that has reshaped the way people shop. This is more than a business story. It's a lesson in patience, discipline, and the power of humility, showing how quiet determination can move mountains. Dieter Schwarz proves that the most significant impacts are often made by those who move quietly, with purpose, letting their actions, not their words, shape the world around them. Let's begin at the very start, where the seeds of this silent empire were first planted, and discover how a quiet vision grew into a global phenomenon. Our story begins in the heart of Heilbronn, Germany, where a modest fruit shop stood quietly on a bustling street corner. It was a place where neighbors gathered, where the scent of fresh produce mingled with the sounds of daily life, and where the seeds of a remarkable journey were first sown. This humble shop was run by Joseph Schwarz, a man of discipline and vision, and his young son Dieter, who watched and learned from the very beginning. In these early years, Dieter absorbed the basics of business: hard work, careful planning, and above all, the value of trust. Every transaction, no matter how small, was a lesson in honesty and reliability. Dieter wasn't just a bystander, he was an active participant, learning to judge the ripeness of fruit, negotiate with local farmers, and keep track of every apple and pear that passed through their hands. Frugality was not simply a necessity in post-war Germany, it was a way of thinking, a strategy for survival, and eventually for growth. Every coin was counted, every expense scrutinized. Joseph's journey had begun even earlier when he joined Lidl and Company in 1930. Through perseverance and smart decisions, he transformed it from a small operation into a respected regional food wholesaler. As Dieter grew, he became his father's apprentice, learning the rhythms of supply and demand, the importance of timing, and the art of building relationships with suppliers and customers alike. Success, he discovered, was not achieved overnight. It was built slowly, brick by brick, day by day, with patience and persistence. Each morning brought new challenges, and each evening, new lessons. Simplicity and efficiency became guiding principles. In times of economic hardship, these values were not just helpful, they were essential for survival. These early lessons, learned in the cramped aisles of a small shop, would become the bedrock of Dieter's future empire. He saw firsthand how small decisions could have big consequences. The language of value, thrift, and patience was spoken daily in the shop. Family discussions revolved around how to serve customers better, how to stretch every resource, and how to weather the storms of uncertainty. This humble beginning was more than just a workplace. It was a training ground, a classroom, and a crucible where the future of retail was quietly being shaped. Dieter's approach would always reflect these roots. Keep it simple, keep it efficient, and always put the customer first. These principles would guide him through every challenge ahead. From crates of fruit stacked in a tiny shop to the vast map of global retail, the journey was just beginning. The lessons learned here would echo across continents and decades. The lessons of Heilbronn, of resilience, resourcefulness, and relentless focus, would shape everything to come, laying the foundation for a retail revolution that started with a single seed in a humble fruit shop. In 1970s Germany, discount supermarkets like Aldi were changing the game. These stores were a response to a new era, one where shoppers demanded more value for their money, and traditional grocers struggled to keep up. The landscape of retail was shifting, and a quiet revolution was underway. Dieter Schwarz, a young and ambitious businessman, watched this transformation closely. He saw Aldi's success, but also recognized its limits. While Aldi offered low prices, its selection was narrow, and many customers still craved more variety and familiar brands. Schwarz envisioned something different, a store that could combine Aldi's famously low prices with a broader selection, including trusted brands alongside generics. He wanted to create a place where families could do all their shopping in one stop, without sacrificing quality or affordability. This hybrid model became Lidl, a new kind of supermarket that promised both savings and choice. It was a bold idea, and it would soon change the face of European retail. The first Lidl opened its doors in 1973. The store was small but remarkably efficient, with every detail from the shelving to the staffing focused on keeping costs low. Even the store's layout was designed for speed and simplicity, making shopping easy and fast. These savings weren't just for the company, they were passed directly to customers. Shoppers quickly noticed the difference and word spread. Lidl became known for its low prices, building loyalty and trust among families looking to stretch their budgets. Interestingly, the name Lidl was purchased from a retired painter, a clever move to avoid the negative connotation of Schwarz Market. This attention to branding showed just how carefully every aspect of the business was considered. Lidl's stores were minimalist with a simple layout and lean operations. This no-frills approach set the tone for the brand's future, making it clear that Lidl was all about efficiency and value. The promise was clear: unbeatable value, every day. Price tags told the story. Lidl was determined to offer the best deals in town, and customers responded. The store's success was immediate. Crowds of budget-conscious shoppers flocked to Lidl, drawn by the combination of low prices and a better shopping experience. Lidl wasn't just another discounter, it was a new breed of supermarket, designed from the ground up for growth and innovation. Its model would soon inspire imitators across Europe. With a strong identity and a powerful concept, Lidl was ready to expand. New stores began popping up across Germany, each one bringing the promise of affordable groceries to more communities. The stage was set for a quiet revolution in retail. Lidl's approach would soon challenge the old ways of shopping, forever changing what customers expected from their supermarkets. Dieter Schwarz's vision was about to reshape the way Europe shopped, proving that innovation and efficiency could go hand in hand with value and choice. While Lidl targeted quick, affordable shopping, Schwarz had another vision: Kaufland. The first Kaufland opened in 1968, offering everything under one roof, a true hypermarket. Lidl and Kaufland were designed to complement, not compete. Lidl thrived in urban neighborhoods with fast, low-cost shopping. Kaufland became the destination for big, monthly shops and variety. This dual strategy allowed the Schwarz Group to dominate two market segments. Efficiency, cost control, and long-term vision drove both brands. Centralized logistics and supply chains kept shelves stocked and waste minimal. Together, Lidl and Kaufland formed a powerful, integrated retail system. Schwarz's approach was simple: adapt, diversify, and always deliver value. With Lidl and Kaufland thriving in Germany, Schwarz set his sights abroad. Expansion was careful and calculated. No flashy launches, just steady growth. The first international Lidl opened in France in 1988, after years of research. Each new market was studied in detail, with local tastes and habits carefully considered. The formula remained: simplicity, efficiency, and unbeatable value with local tweaks. Lidl's low profile allowed it to expand under the radar, often surprising competitors. Profits were reinvested into new stores and logistics, not flashy marketing or dividends. The Schwarz Group grew organically, guided by a single vision. By the time rivals noticed, Lidl had already won over millions of customers. This patient, disciplined approach made Lidl the king of European retail. The company's quiet discipline and relentless execution were its greatest strengths. Schwarz's legacy was being built one store at a time across the continent. The conquest was silent, but unstoppable. At the core of the Schwarz Group is a philosophy of frugality and long-term vision. For Dieter Schwarz, frugality means smart use of resources. Every penny saved strengthens the business or benefits the customer. Offices are functional, not flashy. Executives fly economy. Efficiency is everything. The company thinks in decades, not quarters, investing in logistics, technology, and people. Discipline is the glue. Processes are standardized, performance measured, waste eliminated. Remaining private shields the company from short-term pressures and outside interference. This allows for bold strategic decisions and preserves the company's unique culture. The result, a resilient, efficient ecosystem built to last generations. Frugality, discipline, and foresight are the DNA of the Schwarz Group. It's a model of patient, sustainable growth. The company's strength lies in its unwavering commitment to these principles. As his empire grew, Dieter Schwarz turned his focus to education. He saw investing in minds as vital to the future of Heilbronn and Germany. The Dieter Schwarz Foundation poured hundreds of millions into educational projects. Its centerpiece, the Bildungscampus, a world-class hub for learning and innovation. The goal transformed Heilbronn into a center for technology and research. By nurturing talent, Schwarz ensures long-term prosperity for his community. His approach to education mirrors his business philosophy: patient, disciplined, and focused on lasting value. True wealth for Schwarz is measured in the impact on future generations. Today, the Schwarz Group is a global retail powerhouse. With over 13,700 stores and more than 500,000 employees, its reach is immense. Annual revenues exceed €150 billion. The group controls much of its supply chain from bakeries to recycling, ensuring quality and cost control. Its own IT and cybersecurity divisions like Stackit and XM Cyber serve both internal and external clients. This vertical integration allows for constant innovation and efficiency. Headquarters in Neckarsulm are modest, reflecting Schwarz's values. The group is a self-sufficient, evolving ecosystem, more than just a collection of stores. Every part works together, driven by a single, coherent vision. The Schwarz Group's strength is its ability to adapt and thrive, quietly but powerfully. Dieter Schwarz's legacy isn't in headlines, it's in the lives he's touched. Millions save money every day because of his stores. He proved that low prices and high quality can go hand in hand. His corporate culture values humility, discipline, and long-term thinking over self-promotion. The Schwarz Group's DNA is a counterpoint to the era of celebrity CEOs. In Heilbronn, his investment in education will shape generations. His legacy is dynamic, growing, evolving, and empowering new leaders. He's the billionaire nobody knows, the architect of a global empire who shuns the spotlight. True power, he shows, is built quietly and with integrity. The tallest trees grow in silence, their strength rooted deep. Dieter Schwarz's story is a lesson in the power of quiet, persistent growth. Great things rarely happen overnight, they're built patiently, step by step. His journey shows that humble beginnings can lead to extraordinary achievements. The most valuable lessons, hard work, thrift, patience, are often learned outside the classroom. Success comes from consistent effort, not instant recognition. Focus on building strong roots before reaching for the sky. Let Schwarz's story inspire you. You don't need to be loud to make a big impact. Start small, work hard, and stay true to your values. The world rewards those who grow steadily and think deeply. Greatness is cultivated quietly, with patience and care.